Okay. Hello, everybody. Happy Moon Day. Happy Monday. And yeah, we're going to tune into the energy for this week, October 30th to November 5th, 2013, 2023. Oh, 13 makes sense. Anyway, so welcome. If you're new to the channel, nice to have you. If you are returning, as many of you do, thank you and welcome back. And feel free to let me know in the comments how things are with you. Yeah. Ooh, okay, we're going to tune into the collective energy for this week. And for those of you who'd like to stay and take part in or receive like a personal reading, you can let me know in the comments. You can let me know now even. Those of you who are in the community, as part of that, you kind of get the priority. So if you are new here, you're curious about the community membership, you can check that out through the link. We do these lives every Monday. It's an opportunity for us just to kind of connect to what's going to happen for the next week. And a beautiful time as we have Halloween. That veil is thin here, and I'm sure many of you could feel it. We just came through this eclipse as well. So the lunar eclipse. Hey, Andrew. Yeah, I'm well. This weekend, it was the eclipse. It was also a full moon in Taurus. Lots of energetics happening. And for myself, I was at a retreat for the last 4 days. And I could really feel that potential of like, okay, what is it we are creating? And now it's like the new self. That's how I identify it, the new self. So things are dying right now. And what a great time to let them rest and communicate, to the other side, your ancestors or whatever other guides you might have for that extra support right now. So we're going to tune into what is showing up more specifically with the cards for the collective. And first, though, we're going to start with a bit of a grounding process. So just inviting you here to take a few deep breaths. Allowing your shoulders to drop down, just easing into your body. We're going to call on those ancestors, your ancestors, those living and those who have passed on, those that you know and those that you don't know. Blood lineage ancestors, galactic star ancestors, just calling them forward here. Maybe you don't feel any connection to your ancestors. That's okay. They're going to make themselves known, okay? Whether it's now or today or days from now. Just trusting this process of awakening. And so as with the ancestors, we're going to root down into that earth chakra, the earth itself from our root. You can imagine roots growing out through the soles of your feet, out through your tailbone, going down into the earth. Down into the soil, past the roots, into the deep bones, those ancestral bones. It's very tribal, primal energy. We literally have come from star and earth. It's like molecular structure that's inside each of us, and so the interconnectedness to the earth for you, for your ancestors, can be reawakened here. The messages that want to come through in the highest good of all those present here can come. Now breathing that energy up into your belly, into your sacral, your solar plexus. Almost as if you were like birthing, your belly's growing larger with this light from the earth, from the ancestors, and the mother herself. And what is it that you're birthing? What wants to come through you that perhaps your ancestors are hoping to utilize you for the family, whether it's personal healing that wants to take place, that intergenerational healing. Perhaps there are certain skills or gifts that have been translated through time, and now here you are on this planet at this very moment being called or asked to bring it forward. And so we're going to tap into that energy. And interestingly enough, as we're talking about family, we're talking about this constellation around you. The past 24 hours has been a real awakening for me around what it means to stand out, to be seen, to be recognized, to speak in like true authenticity. And part of that, this realization of that star nature, the star nature that we all have. I wish I could remember the exact term. In reality transurfing, there's this term of like the solar system and how you are yourself, like have this sort of energetic star system around you. And I liken that to like you kind of being the sun, and also the extension of, we have the sun, and then we have these planets around the sun, we have the stars around the sun, each individual like universe, kind of this constellation of the self as well as family, of the lineage, your grandmothers, your grandfathers, all those. So we're opening up that realization of how you can shine bright. And I know for many people that shining bright in childhood, in life, was not maybe always the most welcomed, hasn't been welcomed all the time, you know. And so let's tap into some of the energies for the collective this week. How is it that we can have that light shining brightly? Step into, the cards are flipping, and yet like nothing's coming out. Okay, Awen, there 3 rays of light. Balancing male and female energies, peace and harmony. We have the goddess calling in healing feminine energy. And we'll pull one more. One enchanted evening, the perfect night. So I'm just going to show these. So we have Awen, 3 rays of light, balancing male and female energies, peace and harmony. The one enchanted night, something about a perfect night. What is a perfect night? You know, in your description. And then we have the goddess, healing feminine energies. So these 3 aspects here, they don't all have a crescent moon. 2 of them have a crescent moon. We have the star actually right there in the middle. Which one's that? One enchanted evening. And we have the rays. Interesting how we have like the triple goddess. We have the 3 moons within the star, and we have these rays of light, and then we have the rays of light themselves. So there's something about these energies of that star, of what it looks like. So it, you know, especially for those who, you know, I think many people have struggled, and it's not encouraged to connect to a healthy feminine energy within the self. Femininity in itself, you know, whether you're a man and have been told not to cry, you know, or express emotion, or to be connected to your feminine, or if you are someone that identifies as a woman and has been told, you know, not to tap into those really sensual feminine parts, like it's kind of toxic in the way of, hey, recognize only the you know, certain sexuality, or however it might be. There's like certain ways in which women are encouraged to be. So we're gonna pull these tarot cards. We have the Hierophant, the Knight of Wands, and the 8 of Wands. So whatever attacks have come from your past around this femininity, around around even the church, around the programming, however this might have been identified to you, it could have even come from ancestral family line. There's something really deep that's being healed here, where you get now this opportunity to basically avoid the wands. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, the incense is so strong. I'm burning this. What's it called? 7 Africans or something? Something like that. It's very potent smelling. Felt fitting for the ancestors today. So we have the Hierophant. Okay, and this card, it's like it's not always a necessarily negative around dogmatic. It's structure. It's also the impressionality, I want to say, of others from that place of being in a place of power structure. And so we're going to clear whatever attacks might have been that have maybe abused power in the past, whether it's being part of a religious group or that religiosity or other beliefs kind of infiltrating into your family line and then impacting you and basically shooting like these arrows, I want to say, at you. And now, this is kind of backwards from how I believe how it was looking. So now it's like from here being shot at with these arrows, and here you are with your like power, your power staff, riding triumphantly, not running away from the arrows, not running away from that dogmatic belief or the system or the family, but rather facing it with pride and protection. That's a huge part. Like here, just seeing how this knight is, on a horse riding through a barren land, and yet covered from head to toe in armor and bright colors, not willing to hide, like is willing to stand out. Okay. There's something there for sure. I'm also noticing at the bottom of the wand, 8 of Wands, and the bottom of the Knight of Wands, very different terrain. In the one of the 8 of Wands, it looks as though, there's the energy of green and lush, there's water. It almost looks like a mirror image of each other, if you could see. So it's like, hey, here where maybe all the shitty things are happening, it seems abundant, yet it's holding you from really accessing abundance. And here it might seem as though there'd be a period of scarcity, of not enoughness and all that. And so of course we'd always go back to here. Like the tendency would be, well, let me just deal with the shitty behaviors of whatever person or persons might be in the way, so that I can be, it's like, now you have to stand. Okay, you have to stand. I'm gonna pull a chakra card actually. Let's see what chakra one I'll show up. Service. This is an interesting card. So we have the sacral chakra. Okay, there's something here around the matriarchal line of mother to the womb, grandmother to the womb, of your womb, the connection here. How can you start to flip the switch of flip the script of maybe, like my mother or my grandmother, anyone in my family line, it just hasn't been very good. It's like, what if that person's been doing you a big, big favor by being the teacher so that you could be exactly where you are now in this moment of time? And knowing that, again, the ancestral connection here, there are these other people that are connected to this woman. And it's as though these beings are connected to the root, her feet, anchored here. And this individual, a much younger individual, is sitting there patiently, waiting for this elderly figure to pass on or transition. So again, the veil is very thin over this next week with Halloween, Samhain. I'm still not even sure how to pronounce that properly. I feel like I hear 1,000 different ways to pronounce it. How can we tie into that womb space and connect to the ancestors and support ourselves. Hey, Tammy. Oh, and Tahira, hello, hello. Nice to see you. We got this card last time, Enlightenment. So clearly, like, this awakening energy is happening as well. I'm just gonna. It's that's shown up like so many times. Like, I think in some people's personal readings, as well as in the collective reading last week, and now again. So we're gonna just keep that out there. So I'll invite you, if you'd like a personal card or a reading done, you can let me know in the comments. Nice to have you back. Those of you new, those of you returning, those of you who I have no idea because it just says there are people there and yet I don't know who you are, so that's always fun. And we're going to tap into that star energy before we go into the collective readings. How is it that you can be that individual who is shining brightly, still protected, and know that you are also being of service in the way that you were meant to be for your family and also for the world, okay? For sure, Tahira, we'll get cards pulled. So for now, just inviting you. Hi, Charlotte. Yeah, nice to see you. I'm going to invite you to take a few deep breaths again. And we've rooted down, rooted into the earth. Their feet, our tailbone grounded through roots. And before we started with the collective reading, we were imagining that like kind of birthing of the belly being filled with light, being filled with that love from the ancestors, from the earth. Now I'm going to ask you to bring your awareness up into the chest, into the heart. And in that place, begin to imagine a diamond. And this diamond is going to start to become an orange light. However you wish to envision this. Maybe it's a 3D image, maybe it's 2D, maybe it's something completely different. Allowing it to form and start to move as energy is charging in this space in your heart. This star inside of you. And the star holds secrets for you. Secrets that you actually already know. Now it's wanting to tell you, hey, remember this? Maybe you forgot. Secrets about who you are. Secrets about what it is that you are here to create and bring forth as service to the world, to others in your community. And so allowing the star to continue to get brighter, this diamond-shaped star, that's how I'm envisioning it. Maybe it's starting to fill your chest, and as it does so, it's beginning to whisper to you, share insights, sharing energy, however it's being perceived by you and your senses. Receive. Receive the reconnection to your divinity. It's always been there. Now you're just simply tapping into it. Perhaps the star has something in mind that it wants to share with you around something that needs to happen, an actionable step over this next week. It's going to support you with unlocking more of those secrets, those rememberings. It's going to support you with whatever it is that you're facing right now in your life. Maybe even just supporting you with family relationships and how you're showing up within your boundaries. What is that? Hearing the word like forgiveness here too. So where this forgiveness towards yourself or to others, how does that need to show up for you now? What words can you speak right now into the ethers energetically to any cords that are connecting you with another? Maybe some painful event has happened. Can you forgive yourself? Can you forgive the act through them, or however that is? Not necessarily saying, hey, it's completely okay. It's like, I'm letting you go now so that I can continue moving forward. And I'm learned now that I will never allow that to happen again. At least I will choose to hopefully never allow that to happen again. And as that energy continues, pulling a rune to vibrate and receive the energies for that. Isa. And so just receiving that vibration. Even though winter is approaching in at least one half of the world right now, doesn't mean that everything has to get stuck in ice. Isa can help with transmuting whatever needs to be moved. And seeing that even in the stillness, even in that sense of frozenness, new possibilities can come or bloom from that. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit Ancestors. And taking a deep breath into the heart, into the belly. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes, returning back. Oh, interesting. So the water card was turned like upside down, I guess, but at the top of the deck. Like everything was like this and it was like this. So maybe that's also meant to be here. Work with the element of water for healing, purification, and refinement. That kind of does make sense if we got ice showing up. So we're going to get into the individual card pulls here. Again, if you would like one pulled, you can let me know in the comments. And yeah, let me know what's resonating or not for you with this collective reading, or where are things at for you. This is about, tuning in as a collective. When we share through our experiences and our stories, so much power can be like held there. So just speaking that. For sure, Charlotte, we'll get you a card as well. I believe Tahira was first that I had recalled seeing, so I'm going to scroll on up for a moment. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure, Tammy, if you're still here, if you want a card or not. Or Andrew, of course. I know you don't usually ask, but... And welcome you too, if you so choose. I'm really being very conscious of my languaging after this weekend. So if you hear me speaking and then changing what I'm saying, or however the case might be, that's me just being more conscious of that. So yes. Okay, to here, we're going to pull some cards for you. The meditations and collective readings reflect what is on my mind. Sweet. Thanks, Andrew. Yeah. We are all one in the same, I'm learning. Even as I was driving today, drove by someone it stuck out to me, something about their energy. And I just had like so much compassion. I'm like, wow, like I can't judge people. Like people are me, and vice versa. You know, as I'm driving and there's people, this may be a bad confession, people, like there's a lady in front of me and behind me, both looking at their phones and driving. The one woman kept going off, almost off the road. And I was getting really pissed off. And it was just like, hit me instantly, like all the times you've been on your phone or looked at your phone while in the vehicle. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, like I can't judge. I can't judge people. You know, don't be dangerously driving and swerving. And like they almost hit another vehicle. So to me, that's just poor driving. And who knows? Like I couldn't see her looking at her phone. I could just see her looking down, up through her rear view mirror. So that's all I can speak to. Okay, to here we have the Hermit for you. Key 9. Yo, the palm, the light. We have the star right in there itself. So perhaps you've been really spending some time in Hermit mode. That is A-okay. I'm actually also getting the sense that like this is actually like an ancestor, like a grandfather energy that might be present for you right now. Shining light. Like I'm getting, really what I'm getting is like a message that one of your grandfathers, whether this is someone that you were close to or not, like it's basically they're like, I'm like holding this lamp of support and success for you from way up here. And it's reaching, okay? That's actually the message that I'm getting for you to hear. So I'm just going to speak that. Let's see what other cards. Judgment. Key 20. Shin. Ooh. And we have the Knight of Wands again. Don't think the Knight of Wands has really ever come out before. So if this is a, maybe this is even a figure, if this is a, okay, let me say this. If this is a masculine energy here that's been in your life, say like a father or the grandfather who perhaps was very judgmental or has been very judgmental. I like, you know, and this need for protection, okay? The need to protect yourself from the judgment, the need to, you know, fight back, so to speak. Really, that message is still staying strong. Even within all of that, oftentimes it sucks because it's not really necessarily how we want to show love to children. Or like, I feel like this generation's evolving from the very judgmental criticism and all that in order to, you know, promote growth. It's like seeing, though, that was done out of love, okay? And that can be hard to, like, swallow, to receive that, because it's like, well, no one wants to be judged. I'm going to speak to that, too, because we have here all these, like, the humans are nude here in, like, this vulnerable position, coming out of these graves, and they're gray. And if I'm not mistaken, gray is Chokmah, which is related to the father. Okay. And I just keep singing one of the songs that we have in the album's like the wisdom of the father. What wisdom does your father hold that can share that with you? Whether this is like a real father, biological father, metaphoric father, there's some energy of this wise man. Okay. The hermit himself is also clothed in the gray, in wisdom. So speaking that, there's yellow, there's blue, there's gray in these cards. Cannot remember which Sephiroth is yellow. I want to say it's Hesed. Don't quote me on that. That's mercy, right? Anyway. Making my way still up the tree, folks. So here, let's see. Ooh, let's see. Maybe that's a card because it like almost just completely jumped out. Expansion. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. So we have like these different energies here with these cards related to the throat chakra. Expansion. We have that father energy. We have the mother, earth mother. All of these aspects. I'm kind of seeing it almost as like the four elements too, with you being one of the elements. You being yeah, covered in this, like cloaked in this very powerful robe. Okay. I think I got expansion last time. Oh, interesting. Yeah. So something is coming through. Like, and when we talk about wisdom, it's like what wisdom is also coming through you. Okay. And I say that it's not like, oh, you're so wise. Like people can say that you're wise. It's like it is you, and it's also the connection to spirit moving through you. That wisdom. And if you're someone that's read the Bible, grew up in like Christianity, like you could go and read Proverbs, read Psalms, and it talks like just at length about wisdom and understanding the father and the mother energy, the importance of wisdom. Those who they're fools who like just let wisdom go aside and focus on other things. So maybe there's something to explore as we enter into November around the Psalms, around the Bible or Proverbs, around wisdom and what that looks like, and reframing your views or beliefs around like Christianity and so forth, or however that may be. Even if you're not someone who identifies as Christian, I think that there's some like wise words in there that can be utilized. Some people say that, interesting, that the Bible is the biggest or the best spell book, and I would tend to agree with that. And then this 3 rays of light. So sending those 3 rays of light to you to hear on your journey, lighting the path. You in the center. We have the left and the right. Chokmah and Binah, the father and the mother, wisdom and understanding, guiding you on your connection to yourself, connecting you to your highest purpose, and so forth. Awen. Okay. That's all I have to say about that. Here, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope things are well. Okay, then you have a Bible. Yeah. My dad would say, read 1 Proverbs every day. I think there's 31. That way, every day you could like read it for, for a month and go through. And yeah, it's kind of an interesting little experiment to do. Anyway. Yeah, blessings. Okay, let us see who was next. I believe it was Charlotte. And yeah, inviting you all, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, you can do so by hitting the subscribe button. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. And if you're curious about learning more about any of the things I talk about, you can always check out my website, deepmindsquared.com. Maybe there's some stuff there for you. We're going to go on to Charlotte. I need to see your name again, Charlotte. Oh, I shrunk my whole screen. There we go. There we go. I have to see, I have like, there's something about connecting to that. Okay. What messages do you have for Charlotte? Spirit? Ancestors? Okay, I'm getting like something about flexibility. I'm like feeling like these cards all of a sudden are like or like this maybe more. And maybe the concept of flexibility is something that irritates you, Charlotte. I get that. It can be hard to be flexible sometimes. Some great ways to aid in flexibility okay are to do some yoga. If you already practice yoga, great. If you've put it aside, perhaps it's time to return to it. And if you've never done it, There are lots of YouTube videos and things. Ugh, I hate when it does that. Sometimes I like the cards to come out, and yet sometimes the cards I'll hold them and it's very specific, like it's this card, like at the bottom or the top, and I can like feel it moving into my fingers. If I don't, it's like irritating. Okay, these are all upside down, so I'm gonna just turn them around and hold them in some form order. We have the Four of Cups, the Hierophant. So interestingly enough, how the Hierophant came out for you, that was in the collective reading, and the Knight of Swords. All these energies of people triumphing. So perhaps you're someone who grew up in a home or a situation where it was not very flexible, Charlotte. Like, again, that structure, the structure. There's something around your relationship with structure, possibly with your caregivers, that it's just, and beyond that, caregivers, if it's within the church, within the school, like any institutionalized sort of structure, patriarchal structure. And even if that's something that you identify as like a feminist, the invitation here for you to be open to flexibility. Otherwise, you're going to be missing out. Okay. And we don't really miss out on anything. They're all just life lessons. Perhaps though, it's like you're reflecting now on like, oh, like, these views I've held in my lifetime, I've just been like a warrior and like, and that's great because it's like taught you a lot of pieces around these systems and how to go about creating new systems, or at least how new systems maybe could do better in their operation at this point, until obviously at some point in time, the new ones we create, those are going to also be shit. Okay. I'm just wanting to speak that. We get like so caught up, like, oh, my way is the one way. I'm listening to this audiobook, and the guy's talking about selling and how selling is human nature. And he interviewed this one, I believe it was like a salesman of some form. I can't recall if it's a vehicle salesman. It might be, and like a car salesman or salesperson. And this man like had won the World Guinness Book of Records for like the most sales in a year. I think he sold like a car a day, something like this. And when he interviewed him, the man's like, yeah. And then he goes around, he teaches about how to do sales, to do all this stuff. And he won this world record. I believe it was in like the 80s, 70s, 80s, something like that. And he's still so stuck on how he goes about his business and how he teaches sales. Even though the generations, times have changed, technology is now impacting things, how people communicate, right? Like all of these different factors. And the author's like reading the book himself, it's quite funny to hear the expressions. And he's like, when I asked him, like, well, you know, what are you going to change? He's like, no, like, there's nothing to change. Like, this is the right way. I'm right. And I feel like that perspective can really hinder, and we can miss the cup, we can miss the reward, the benefits, the gold of what Spirit's offering, because we're so hyper focused on what exists already. So for you, Charlotte, if that's something that resonates, or is maybe where you're finding yourself right now, that again, key of being flexible. The need. Oh, we got expansion again. So expansion for you, my friend. Again, this like energy of this man's just standing out. So again, if this is a masculine energy that was existing in your life, I want to just point out, this is why I love card readings. Because like I'll see the same card, it sees so many different things. And what I'm seeing here is, and maybe this isn't that different, but how I'm perceiving it is very different, is like here you are, and your mother perhaps this nurturance, and be at distant possibly, okay? And here is this father energy and being the whisper of spirit into the father. Yeah, that's what I'm, because even on the tree of life in Kabbalah, like the top crown Keter shines down and it breathes in technically into the father and then into the mother. Like there's this transmission of energy, of idea, I want to say, of the wisdom, of the knowledge. And I'm almost seeing this as like whatever inflexibility that your father, that kind of fathering caregiver had in your life, it was being directed by spirit. Okay. Like the words. Maybe they even said that to you, like, it's like, oh, this is God's will, something like that. Yeah, it's expansion. It's making you more, okay? It's making you more. Like a lot of people back in the day, I don't know if that's right, like, it'd be like the men were in charge, like, God put us in charge because of this thing, blah, blah, blah. And now perhaps you're really in the place of wanting to step beyond that and create like this gold in your life. Successful career, a happy working environment, pay rises and promotions. So whatever those beliefs are that you have been maybe not wanting to really be flexible about, can you be flexible? Because perhaps it's going to bring again that gold, that success. You don't have to prove anything to anyone anymore. You don't have to be in rebellion to prove anything to your father or to anyone else or to society even. You can just go for what you want. So I hope that can be a little like word of inspiration for you if something is showing up around any of that. See it as an expansion of possibilities for you, Charlotte. Okay. Woo. Yeah, you can let me know if any of that made sense or not. And if anyone else would like a card, we have a little bit more time here. And yeah, and we'll close out. What else do I want to speak to? Though until then, Payas Shukla. Hello. Yeah, if you'd like a card, you can let me know. Or cards, obviously. Yeah, this whole idea of the star, this whole idea of how we can shine, what was happening for me over the weekend. Oh yeah, sweet Pius, I'm glad that it resonates for you. That was specifically a reading for someone else, though, again, we are all one and the same, especially when all the cards are coming out. And my intention, I'm like sitting with this intention, like, oh, what do I want to create like right now within this group of women, and we're talking, and this feeling of like, oh, I have this sense like there's so much ego within me, and I don't like that sometimes. I like sometimes really struggle with that sense of accepting all the parts, and this like burning desire for something like greater, like just I can feel that. And I'm like, well, what is that though? Like I'm like, the only word I could think of was fame. I'm like, well, I don't really want fame necessarily. Like, right? That can't be correct. Like, what does fame even mean? And the fact that like, okay, I could ask for fame and that could go completely south, where like, what, you want to be like a serial killer and Charlie Manson, whatever his name is. He's famous. Like Jim Jones, he's famous. Like there's all these people that are like famous and like not very good people. Funny enough, I mentioned cult leaders and shit. That's everything about cults. Anyway. And then I watched this video and realizing again, that's where that whole concept of the star, I'm like, oh, that's what it is. Like the internal feeling of the desire to be the self in the true authentic way, and just like gold, like just exuding energy and being the brightness that we all are. And like as soon as I heard that, I was like, okay, yeah, that's what it is. That's actually truly my internal desire. This has nothing to do with necessarily like, having all this money or like in that fame, however you want to identify it, like a celebrity status. It's about wanting to just shine and be seen as that, like that bright star by whoever, whatever I shine light towards or on, or however that is. And so just that invitation for you to connect to that star, that diamond, the orange light, however you wish to envision it this week. Okay, Payas Shukla, we'll pull cards for you. And then we will most likely close out because it's coming to that time. Again, if you are new here, ooh, we got some cards already. You can subscribe. If you found these readings helpful, you could always donate, leave a tip, whatever that means. And the link's in the description. Sorry, I find that funny. Ooh, we got 2 6s. Interesting. Oh, let's see if we got another 6. That's funny. I look up and I see 6. Oh, King of Swords. Okay. Okay. We have the 6 of Wands, the 6 of Cups, and the King of Swords for you, Payas Shukla. I just love that blue sky. Like, all of these cards just seem so triumphant. Holy smokes. So, like, I'm just feeling this. Payas, is that your name? Payas. What I'm actually feeling is just this abundant happiness and joy and like the energy. And I feel as though this is like your aura. Okay, that's what I'm speaking. It feels like just this aura of your ability to connect with people, your ability to continually like see like the brighter aspect of life. And even if maybe, and I want to say that like perhaps this hasn't always been the case for you, like it was, and then perhaps you had a difficult period of time when you might just be coming out of that. Like the main thing here is this triumph with the King of Swords. Okay, the thoughts, those negative thoughts, you being in control of your thoughts. Again, you can continuously refocus your attention on the cup being either half empty or half full, on being able to share or not share with those people that it's important to you in your life and the people that you would like to connect with. And also you leading. I'm seeing this as like a leader card. So who is it that you're choosing? Both of these cards. Well, all 3 of them really. Who are you choosing to lead right now, Payas? Like, who would you like to lead? Whatever you've gone through, this transformational energy is like blossoming, and now it's this time to like, okay, how is it you're gonna show up? This doesn't mean you have to go and do like some big grand thing at all, okay? I'm not at all saying that. Even you just being here and like saying like, you know, what did you say initially? I have to scroll. Every world's golden, amazing. Like these things are like energy. Sometimes that can like not always be received very well from others. Okay, I just want to speak that. Find the people that you resonate with that will receive those words, okay? Because there are those people. We have the victim card, the green chakra card. Give me a moment. I have to just see this. I've been able to describe this, but for some reason it's almost like this blankness is just hitting. So we have an acorn. The acorn's been sitting there in the leaves. It's fall time. Of course it's going to be down. Like any cyclical pattern, life comes and goes, okay? And here this chipmunk is like, oh, here I got you. And then this dragon's like, I was like, motherfucker, no, you don't. I'm not sure why I want to say that. It's like, well, which is worse? Which is worse of a situation, to be in like the cyclical nature of like transformation where the caterpillar goes into the cocoon and is in darkness, or to be completely like eaten up, like if a bird eats a caterpillar? They're both dying process. So again, glass half empty, glass half full. Can you see whatever the transformation that you've gone through or going through is altering your life so that you can really show up as this leader, really embrace that abundance that is yours from like the divine, And if you're noticing a lot of energy, like this could be like a spiritual awakening for you, feeling a lot in like the crown chakra. If there is any drug use, any substance use, like I'm not like saying like, oh, it's wrong or bad. It's like that stuff can really amplify the intensity of those experiences. The important thing to ground down, connect with people that you trust, and talk or journal, write out, do what you need to move your body to ground your body. Okay, that can be really supportive, especially when all this crown energy is like, okay. Hello, hello, Echo Conscious Love. If you'd like a card, we still have some time, I believe. Okay, Pius, we're going to pull one of these for you, though. Work related. Okay. I'm not sure what work related was. I might have missed that comment. Anyways, it's all good. Nice to have some new folks here, too. Hello. Ooh, there was a card here. Where did it go? Ah. Air. Okay. We had the third. Oh, my God. We had the sword card. So air. Work with the element of air to cut through to the core of the situation and see the truth. 7 years of tough love from the universe. Okay, Eco-Conscious, we'll pull your cards after. Interestingly enough that you say that, Pius, because you have 2 6 cards here, and then you have the King of Swords, which is like a 1, so 6 and 1. You know what I mean? Like it's like every 7 years something comes. There's 7 people right now on this live, apparently. So there's something there. How can you use air? Yeah, again, like I could feel this energy up here. You can master this, okay? Master it. There's a really great video. What's this guy's name? Oh, bear with me. I want to share it here, so just bear with me, folks. What's his name? He talks about the mirror effect and the whole way in which you can like switch your mindset. I will share it here. I'm just not sure if this is the right video. But his name is Quasi Johir. Okay, Quasi Johir. I'm going to share what video is shown up here. I can't recall if this is actually the correct link. I really enjoyed his video. So you can click it and then come back, or however that is, if you so choose. Obviously, you do what you will. Okay. Have fun with that ear cutting thoughts. Pius. Okay, Eco-Conscious Love. Let's get you some cards, and then I think we're going to be done, folks. So, you know, we do these readings every Monday. I will be back, I believe, next Monday. If you would like a private reading, obviously you can reach out to me through the links below. And yeah, if you're open to donating, you could always donate. I will receive. It helps encourage and support me to keep doing this work. Eco-Conscious Love. I feel like I want to put that into like a rap. Oh, that's sweet of you, Pius. Yeah. Sweet. Thanks for being here today. Yeah. Okay. Eco-Conscious Love. What cards? Feeling a lot of energy in your belly. You might have missed the beginning. What's all with? I think we've had like every Knight card here. Have we not today? Knight of Pentacles. And interestingly enough, like it's just he's just surrounded by yellow solar plexus. Yeah, there's something I'm really feeling here about your like your stability and like who you are, your stability and your power. You got the Queen of, oh, there's 2. Queen of Cups and the 8 of Swords. Okay. Don't mind. You can't see what I'm looking at. I'll hold it up. I'm just kind of receiving energy. It needs to happen sometimes. So we have these cards. Oh, and I was looking here at this Eight of Swords, how this person has these like ropes tied around them and they're almost falling off. It's like they're becoming bound, or she was bound and they're becoming loosened. Okay. So with that, it's like, where have you been like held hostage is what I want to say, eco-conscious love. You know that concept of like Stockholm syndrome, when someone is held hostage and then they start to basically build this relationship with the person who's holding them. So if you've been in a relationship that has been perhaps abusive or toxic and really has been like emotionally, mentally tying you down, it's had a huge impact on your emotions, and it seems as though like now you've like been waking up to this power. Okay, maybe you're building some wealth to really step away from that, and that's really great. I feel like I need to say that you have the energy of the mother, like Bina, there supporting you with this queen. She's like the great sea, the mother of all, the void space. So you can go into her even in the periods of sadness and like grief, the feelings of like, we can grieve before we actually step away from something or lose something. Even if like someone's say dying of cancer, it's like we're going through the grieving process before they're even passing. And whatever that looks like, perhaps, yeah, it's interesting. I was like reading it like this way, and now I'm getting like this whole message like coming this way, and I find that confusing sometimes. I don't want to like speak all the things. Anyways, so whatever that is, whatever that energy is, you can call on that mother energy to support you with the emotionality of pieces. And I just want to like again tie into like the strength I could feel initially in your belly, okay? That like solar plexus, just like so much power, so much like again this generosity energy. He's holding the pentacle and like, and yet it's like more than just that. It's more, it's like your stability within the world or something. I want to speak to. My Pluto in Libra in the third house. Okay, so people come on here and speak these things, and I'm not like 100% sure just yet. But Pluto, okay, in Libra, balance in the third house. I'm not even 100% sure what the third house is for. You could share. Your sister passed away. Emotional trauma with the mother. Healing my own energies have been intense. Yeah. And okay. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about your sister. Whenever that was, however long it's been, definitely. And how does that feel and look like for your mother too, if that's her child? Someone was talking to me about how someone was talking about the when someone is lost like a parent or a sibling, or there's some relationship loss, it's like sometimes the other parental figure or the other child might not really allow for the grieving. It can turn into like, oh my, like woe is me. And that can often happens with like parents, say like a mother loses the husband, a wife loses her husband and has kids, and the kids are also grieving about the dad dying, and the mother doesn't really allow them to grieve because it's like, well, I miss my husband, like you need to be there for me. If any of that energy is there, like it can really weigh things down. I'm going to encourage you to tap into that solar plexus energy. I'm going to just pull a card here. Let's see if there's any other chakra card stuff that wants to show up. Because there's like, you like have such a gift to hold space, is I guess what I'm wanting to say. To be able to like tangibly hold things in this physical reality, in like in a sort of like grounded container. We have the confusion card. So whatever confusions might be showing up for you around this loss, around the grieving, even if like, and again, like I'm going to go back because I was saying it before, if there's something around like, the abusive emotionally, mentally charged relationship where you kind of feel like a victim, like you're being held victim, like that Stockholm syndrome. Um, it can lead to confusion because you're like hearing these thought forms kind of encircling you, and yet you're left with wondering, hey, how else is this person behaving? Maybe it doesn't really, it doesn't, uh, the words aren't matching the actions and vice versa. So we're going to just ask the angels and guides, even your sister, to support with clearing any of that confusion. You can call on these beings, these guides, to hold space, to support you in whatever way it's feeling called to, okay? Lifting that cloud of confusion or uncertainty. Okay, let me read your comments. I pulled the Queen of Swords, Empress, and the Star card. Third house deals with family. Oh, it's been 6 months. Thanks for explaining that to me. Mother isn't allowing the grief because she didn't approve of my sister's lifestyle. Sister died from an overdose. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And wherever she might be, if there is any of that confusion for her, lifting those bounds of the, yeah. I don't really feel like speaking a whole lot of things here around that. That's because this is your reading. Just praying for family for you, whether they receive that or not. We're gonna pull one of these cards for you. Eco-conscious love. The triple moon. Embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly. So this is, I feel like, connected to what I was saying around your ability to hold the physical container, okay? And also recognizing where life can tie into other guides or supports from beyond this place. And this could become very clear for you in the next couple days as like the veil is thinner during Halloween. Can you spend some time in prayer? This triple moon, like, I liken it again to the triple goddess, like a feminine energy. If the moon is feminine, the moon is moving at the ups and downs of emotion, just like the water moves with the tides. So how can you recognize that ebb and flow, the above and the below, the light and the dark in all of your life? Just really feeling that as a prayer for you right now. Eco-conscious love. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so thanks for tuning in, everyone. Appreciate it. Ooh, feeling a lot of energy. Yeah, you're welcome, Pius. Glad that you could join us here today. Yeah, you can always reach out. Check out the website, beatmindsquared.com, if you feel called. So we're gonna just close with a bit of a grounding out here. If you'd like to stay tuned, if you're just joining in, you missed the initial collective reading, you can watch the replay. Just now, just allowing yourself to come to a still place, taking a few deep breaths and allowing the eyes to close if that feels right for you. To close. And just enveloping you with that white light, diamond bright light, all around you. Your entire auric field, your body. 3 to 6 feet out from you, this light begins to grow and expand out. Just noticing the vibrancy of this expansion. And those guides, those angels, those galactic beings, your ancestors that are going to continue to be with you over the week. Iraya Sarante Dorum. Sharing with you clear downloads so that you can upgrade your system, your mind, your body, your beliefs, your ability to create and manifest. Just noticing this divinity inside of you, you as the star. Where can you shine your light this week? Where can you be of humble service to others? Taking a deep breath in, and allowing that all, the vision of all that to just release on the exhale. And so, yeah, thanking you all. I mentioned last time the community membership is open now. So in that section, we're going to have extended videos with card pulls and such, other intuitive guidance for a lot of our Reiki energy healing videos. We released a sound healing interview with the lovely Kelly Wolf the other week. And you can see a full-length interview that we'll kind of start doing that just because, you know, we want to get to the gist of a lot of the details around the different modalities for everyone. And if you really dig a lot of the conversation, because we had some interesting conversation, you know, Kelly Wolf, she's just so cool like that. And so more of that to come, more opportunity for you to just kind of see inside what it is that we create here. And yeah, so appreciate you all showing up. You can check out the membership community page if you are interested in that. And until the next time, we'll see you all soon. Okay? Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Tammy. Take care. Bye.